This is Jonesinit reporting for Infowars.com and the Alex Jones Show. I am here today to report that I have failed, but at least I have tried. I was a manager of a farmer's market in Idaho for 4 years. With this responsibility, I knew that I had to do a lot of research daily. I always tried to inject real issues that I believed would affect the market as a whole. Trust me when I tell you, this was never taken as a lady trying to do a good job. It was always taken as a woman meddling in nunya, as in none of your damn business. But that didn't stop me from trying. Okay, where do I begin? Let's start with the end. When it was decided this year that they were going to get rid of me 9 weeks before a new season, I thought I would try one more time on my way out the door. On what, you may ask? Well, on GMO, of course. But I understood I could not do this alone. So I called all the board members that I thought would support a motion, and I was advised to call a male board member to speak for me. I emailed this person with the motion, which states, I make the motion that a ruling on the labeling of crops of GMO, genetically modified organisms, for human consumption, such as corn, tomatoes, potatoes, squash, zucchini, peas, the list is endless. I make a motion that if it comes from GMO seed, it must be labeled on our market, visible for the consumer. If failure to comply with this ruling, you will forfeit bringing GMO to market. Really simple, really sweet, but to no avail. At the meeting it was broached, but they believed it would hurt the market. When I found out that night, they wouldn't even vote on it. I was so upset, I wrote this letter. Hey everyone, I have already heard, and I must say I'm sadly disappointed. But that seems to be the MO lately. Lots of talking about things, but lack of getting things done properly, ethically, or wisely. Well, hopefully a federal law will change that within a year or so that everyone, even grocery stores, have to label GMO with built-in pesticides. I just thought we could, as a market, lead by example by beginning to label them now. When the rest of the public becomes educated on GMO, I believe they will demand the right to know what they are putting in their bodies. But thanks for broaching the subject. I guess I'm stuck with having to educate the public by word of mouth. It would have been nice if the market board would have supported this for our consumer, for they are our bread and butter. But we all know where their agenda lies, which is just sad, and I prayed very hard. I am not the only one who feels this way at market. And I'm not saying all of this to piss anyone off. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. And as for hurting the market, which a board member claimed, which hurts the market more? 1, telling the public about GMO by labeling it as what it truly is, and letting them make an educated choice. Or 2, defrauding by not telling the public on what they are consuming, and what happens to our market's integrity and trust from the customer when they do find out? Honestly, which one is going to hurt our reputation more? As for me, that was the last time I will ever try to improve the market or put my 2 cents in. I am so tired of wasting my time and nothing positive in return. I wish the board all the luck in the world, especially for the few kind left on the board. They will need many prayers this year. As for the new manager, she has my complete and utter sympathy. If she only knew what she was getting into. Laugh out loud. Wish somebody would have warned me. There are some good things and good people who will be missed. It wasn't all bad, till the strange abrupt end. But God bless and good luck. And in the P.S., did you know that Monsanto GMO corn makes a mammal, a rat, sterile after the 3rd generation? Just imagine what might happen to other mammals if they consume it. Did you know Vermont and California and other states are working at the state level to get GMO labeled? And did you know Poland has outlawed Monsanto GMO altogether? A whole country does not want to eat it. Food for thought or not? Just saying. People are beginning to wake up already. Check out Infowars.com if you want to know more about this. And yes, I really did put that in my email. Am I not sweetly verbal when I'm mad as hell? I encourage all of you to ask questions. When you're at a farmer's market or a grocery store, ask if it's GMO, if their mutant pesticides are being used. You have the right to know. Ask why it's not being labeled as GMO if that's what it is. Everyone, please listen. You must ask these questions. Please, I'm begging you to wake up. Can't you smell that? It's the distinct smell of BS. So in closing, I did fail, but now I win because, as all of you have seen, I did try. There is no law to date to require anyone to label GMO, but there is also no law that says you cannot ask about it. Not yet anyways. So demand answers and politely educate everyone on the harm and the danger of GMO. In my next segment, I'm going to show you about my own personal non-GMO garden. I want to show you how easy it is. But real quick, I would like to read you the email sent back to me after my response, and I quote, "I brought up your motion regarding GMO at the meeting tonight. There was some discussion. As near as I can tell, there was some sympathy for your cause, but there was little or no support for putting it into a written ruling. As I mentioned on the phone, I am sympathetic to your cause, but as have I thought about it, I am not in favor of putting a ruling out at this point in time. I think enforcement of such a policy would be a full-time job, much worse than the resale situation, and don't even get me started. Vendors that do not use GMO can certainly label their stuff as such and promote that. Openness and transparency are what we want between consumers and farmers. Hopefully we can build these relationships. That's what local is all about. I think we should put this issue on the back burner and let it simmer a while, to see if it's an idea whose time has come, or if we are just ahead of the curve too much. I would be willing to revisit it after the season. We have also talked about helping our fellow vendors and determined that they could be addressed on a case-by-case basis with a manager and a board member. Thank you for your interest and support of the market," said board member. Yet another slap in the face. On to our next clip.